Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. On a recent video, I showed you how I made these rose gold acrylic earrings. I cut them with my Glowforge. I had sold a pair at work, and so another lady saw them, and she asked if I could make some basketball earrings. So even though it's not new and innovative, and I did a recent video very similar to this, I wanted to go ahead and film it just in case someone was interested. Now the material that I'm using is this rose gold acrylic. It is very pretty. I got this off of Amazon, and I'll include a link for it in case you're interested. I've already masked it with some masking paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto my computer, and I'm going to use Inkscape. It's a free design software, and I'll show you how I make my cut file. The way I'm going to start my project is I'm going to Google free basketball clip art. Then I'll click on images. And there's a lot of good images here, but let me see. I think I'll pick this one here. And what I'm doing on a Mac is I'm just going to drag this to my desktop. Now, if you're on a PC, you might have to do a right click and then save as, but on my Mac, I just drag it over. Then I can close out of this, and then I'll open Inkscape. Now, the number one question I get from people is, why does your Inkscape open differently than mine? Or why does it look differently than mine? I'm usually working in panels over here. For some reason with the newest version, when I open Inkscape, those panels don't show up. You can just drag this corner, and there they are. Or another thing I do, I'll just open it again. I literally can just nudge this side right here, and they show up. Now to bring my basketball in, I'm going to go to File and Import. I haven't really gone through my desktop and gotten rid of things in a long time, and there are some private things, so I'm not going to show what's on my desktop, but I'm going to bring in the file that's unknown PNG. So I'll click on Import. Now after selecting the file to import, you see this default screen. I just leave everything alone on it, and I click OK. All right, that's really small, so to make it larger, to zoom in, you're going to hold the Shift key down and hit the plus sign. To turn this into a cut file, with it selected, and it was already selected. If yours isn't, click right here on the Select tool, click on your basketball, then go up to Path, Trace Bitmap. All right, let me move mine over. So I'm going to try single scan first. I just want this to be a black and white image. So I'll click OK. All right, that looks good. And then you just click out. Now you can't tell it's there, but I can drag it off. Then I can click on the original and just delete it. Now I think I want this rotated a little bit, so I'm going to click again. These arrows will change. Let's see what happens if I click on it again. Now I just drag this and turn it. Now this is a nice basketball, but these lines are too thin. For a cut file, I want those to be a little bit more bulky. With it selected, I'll go up here to Path and click on Outset. And watch what happens. It'll be subtle, but watch. Okay, it got a little bit thicker. Notice when I clicked on that, we'll go back down, Path and Outset. Here's the shortcut. So I'm going to hit my Command button and the right parentheses. I'll hit it 3 or 4 times and you'll see what happens. So that was 6 times. Now, let me go ahead and make this the size I want it. Right now it's pretty much a circle, so I can lock it. I want mine to be 1.5 inches. All right, with making it smaller, I feel like I need to make that a little more bulky. So once again, I'm going to hit Command and that right parentheses, and that thickens it up. That looks pretty good. Now notice there's no wear for my hardware. So now I'm going to click on the circle tool, and I'm just going to drag to make kind of an oval, kind of a circle. Mine's red because that's the last color that I used. Now let me select that by clicking right here on the Select tool, and then dragging it down to my basketball. Notice it goes too far down. What I need to do is cut off about the bottom half of that. So I'm going to zoom in again, and then I'll make it a little taller. Now, if you use Cricut Design Space, I'm going to do something that's very much like the slice function. I'm going to make a rectangle. I'll select it. Then I'm going to drag it right to about there. I can select both items two ways. I can either drag my cursor all the way around both items. Notice they're both selected. Or I can select one item, hold the Shift key down, select the other item. Now that I have them both selected, I'll go to Path and Difference. Then I'll just set that right down on my circle. And I'm going to add my circle to it. So again, it is selected. I'll hold down Shift, click on the basketball. Now I want to make sure that's in the middle. So I go to Align and Distribute, and then right here, click on this center on the vertical axis. And it moved over. So with them both selected, I'm going up to Path. On Cricut Design Space, this is called Weld. On Inkscape, it's called Union. So when I click Union, it makes them one. So the last thing I need to do is make a little circle in here for my hardware. So I'll click on the circle, drag a little circle. To change the size, I'll select it. And then I want to go ahead and unlock the proportions. And I'm going to make this 0.06. All right, so I'm going to drag it down here and put it about where I think it should go. It is still selected, so I'll hold down the Shift, add my basketball to it, and then just to make sure it's in the center from left to right, I'll click right here, and now it is. Okay, let's make this smaller. So I zoom back out. Now I like it where my earrings, let's say one earring faces this way. I want the other to be the opposite, or the mirror of it. So first, I'll just copy this. I'll hit Command C, Command V for paste. Then I'll go right up here to Object and flip horizontal. Last thing I need to do is save this. So I'm going to say File, Save As, and I'm saving it as Glowforge Basketball Earring. And then I'm going to save this as a plain SVG. So I just hit Save. Now when I try to close out of this, it's going to ask me, do you want to save this? It's just trying to get me to save it as an Inkscape SVG. I saved it as a plain SVG, so I can just say Close without saving. So that was just a quick tutorial on how I made my earrings. Now I spent a little more time refining the ones I'll actually make. I need to log into my Glowforge. Okay, I'm on the dashboard of my Glowforge. Let's click on Create and Upload from File. Okay, so I brought in my earrings. Now the lady that ordered these from me ordered 3 pair, and then I have a customer that's bought quite a bit from me, and I'm hoping to get a 4th pair out of this material. So we'll see if that happens. Before I go much further, I want to go up here to More. See these 3 dots? Click on More, Set Focus, and then you see the red brackets. Let's just click right here, and you'll see that the Glowforge is now focusing. So there's a camera inside, and it's focusing that camera on my material that I just put in my Glowforge. All right, I'm going to go ahead and select both basketballs, hit Command C for copy, Command V for paste, and then I'm going to paste it 2 more times. Hopefully we fit all 4 of these on here. So let's drag that one there. Okay, so I have all 4 pairs positioned. Now, this is a little hole that's going to get cut out. And right now, Glowforge would cut the earring first, then the small hole. I like to do my intricate cuts first, so I can drag this layer up, Now Glowforge will cut this first. It cuts in order of layers over here. Then for my material, I'm going to go up and click on Unknown. Then I'm going to use the medium clear acrylic setting. So I'll select it. Now notice it all turned blue. I can see Glowforge thinks I'm just engraving these. So I need to go back, click on Engrave, and change that to Cut. And then Engrave down here, change that to Cut. All right, so we are good to go. Now this looks a little close. Let me move that down. Okay, so I'm going to click right here on the word Print. And then the Glowforge is going to figure out how long this will take. So for the 4 pair of earrings, it's going to take almost 6 minutes. I don't think that's too bad. So we'll take the camera in and we'll watch it cut. Now it is really hard for me to get good video of the Glowforge cutting, so I'll do the best I can, and hopefully you'll be able to see something. Okay, so here's our acrylic blanks, and you might have noticed some of the insides fell out, some didn't. Sometimes that's just because it's being held on by the paper, but I'm just going to push them out with my little toothpick and see it's holding on because the paper is still attached. So the actual acrylic cut through beautifully. I'll go through, poke all these out. Then I need to go ahead and peel all the paper off the front. I just like to use my fingernail. I don't want to accidentally scratch the acrylic. Okay, so I have at least 2 without paper on them. So I want to show you how I put the hardware on. I have some 6mm jump rings. And then I have some little fish hooks. And both of these are in kind of a blackened metal. So let's see. Let's start with the jump ring. The first thing I want to do is find the opening in the jump ring. And it's right here at the top. So I'm going to hold the jump ring, and then I'm going to twist this sideways. You never want to pull open. You want to twist them. Then what I can do is go ahead and put my fish hook on. Then I need to figure out which way my earring should hang. It should hang like this. Then I'm just going to twist them back closed. And there's my first earring. Now it's going to hang a little bit sideways, so I need to figure out which way it's going to hang. Okay, so it's going to hang so that the outside is this way. So the other one I need to hang it so it faces that way. So this would go on one ear, this would go on the other, and they both face out. So again, I'll twist that, put the fish hook on. Now, let's see. Okay, let's hope I get this on the right way. If not, I'll take it back off and do it the other way. Okay, good. So one hangs each direction, and there's my first pair. Now I'll go ahead and put the rest together, but I want to show you something. So here's what I cut it from, and then in the mail today from Amazon, I got another sheet, and notice it's bigger. The reason I ordered the smaller sheet is because it was about, I think, $5 less, and I thought it had enough on it for me. So when I went to reorder, I found that if I went up in size, the price was about $5 more, but it was free shipping. So they came out to be almost the exact same price, and I got substantially more on the larger sheet. Now, it may be because I have Prime, but I'm going to go ahead and link to both of those. Check out the price, check out whether there's shipping. I just didn't want any of you to make the same mistake I made. So I'll finish removing the paper, getting the hardware on, and I'll show you a picture at the end. Okay, I did 3 pair where the small part would be away from your face, 1 pair where the small part is toward your face. Which way do you like best? I kind of think I like this best. I guess I'll let the customer decide. I can always flip these around if I need to. All right, thanks again for sticking it out till the end. Until my next video. Bye-bye.